Hi, this is Dr. Bharadwaz. I am specialized in human health and human fitness. Fitness in the sense all physical fitness, physiological fitness, and mental fitness. Topic for the day is modifiable variables for exercise adaptations. Uh, Before coming to this video, I want you to go and look into the previous video, that is exercise adaptations. Unless you understand that adaptations, you cannot appreciate these modifiable variables to get that particular adaptation. So check out that video first and come to this. Though we will loosely discuss on adaptations as well in this video, but detailed description is already given in the previous video. So what are these modifiable variables? So what can be modified in an exercise or in a workout? There are 5 basic modifiable variables. If you can, by modifying any one of these or multiple of these, you can get a particular outcome. So what are these adaptations? These are 9 outcomes or 9 adaptations. We will look into this practically. So by doing a particular exercise in a particular way, you get an adaptation. So skill, first adaptation is skill in the sense cricketer needs a different kind of movement in his body, and the javelin throw athlete needs a different kind of movements in his muscles and in his joints. In the same way, a footballer or a basketballer needs different kinds of movements in his body so that he can be fit into that particular game. How do we develop those skill? So by modifying these variables, you can get those skill. Next one is speed. If you are a sprinter and take Usain Bolt, he is a sprinter, he needs speed. So how, by modifying these 5 variables, modifiable variables, we can increase the speed of our work or the speed of our body. The next modifiable variable is strength. If you want to lift the weight or if you want to push something by lifting the weight, in the sense if you are a weightlifter, you will be lifting the weight, you need strength. If you are a wrestler, you need strength. So to push others, to pull others, you need strength. So by modifying these 5 variables, the variables which we are going to discuss, we get strength and power. Speed and strength combined together is power. If you are a karate fighter or if you are a fighter, you want your movements to be speed and also with strength, that is power. So to get power, we have to modify these 5 variables so that we get power. Next one is hypertrophy. So if you want to look like Salman Khan, he is muscular. So what type of exercises, what modifications you have to do in these 5 variables so that you look like him? And if you want to look like Shah Rukh Khan, he is thin, he is slim. So what type of variations you have to do in these 5 modifiable variables so that you achieve that particular outcome? Next 4 adaptations are related to endurance. So if you are a javelin throw player, you need more strength onto your right arm. How do we modify these 5 variables to get that particular adaptation? Short duration endurance or medium duration endurance, long duration endurance. So how do you get these endurance? By modifying these 5 modifiable variables. We will look into this 5 modifiable variables. Yeah, what are these modifiable variables? There are 5 modifiable variables. By tweaking these, you can get an adaptation outcome from that particular exercise. So there are 9 adaptations. You can choose to get any one adaptation or more than one adaptation or all adaptations from the 9 adaptations of exercise by tweaking these modifiable variables. What are these 5 modifiable variables? First one is choice, second one is intensity, third one is volume, fourth one is rest intervals, and fifth one is frequency. We will look into each of this clearly. First modifiable variable is choice. So exercise choice, what do you want, how, which exercise you want to do. For example, if you are doing a deadlift is a very good exercise to develop strength. It will not develop endurance. Even though you do it for 30 minutes 40 minutes, it is not going to give you endurance, it gives strength. So depending on the particular out adaptation you needed, you have to select exercise. Though the selected exercise will not directly influence the adaptation, the way you do that particular exercise is very important to get that particular adaptation. Next one is intensity. Intensity is subjective. So intensity is measured in percentage of 1 rep max and also percentage of heart rate. So what is 1 rep max? If you are lifting something, if you are lifting 100 kgs and it is the maximum weight you can lift one time, then it is your 1 rep max. And what is your heart rate, maximum heart rate? Normally 120 minus age is your maximum heart rate. So if you are 20 years of age and your maximum heart rate is 200, okay, so how do you get this percentage of your maximum heart rate? So the maximum heart rate is 200. What is the percentage you are achieving? Are you achieving 180, 150, 160? So that is the intensity. We will measure intensity in one percentage of 1 rep max and percentage of heart rate. And volume is the amount of exercise you do. This has two components. One is number of reps and number of sets. So reps are how many repetitions you are doing in a particular set. Set is composed of repetitions. Set is composed of repetitions. So you can do multiple sets, multiple repetitions. To increase volume you have to do more reps and more sets. So it is represented in the form of number of reps, number of sets. So to achieve a particular adaptation you have to be specific. So to get this adaptation you have to do these number of repetitions. To get this adaptation you have to do these number of sets. It is a modifiable variable. Rest intervals, interval between two sets, okay, are you taking short intervals, are you taking long intervals? That determines the adaptation outcome. And also frequency is uh, how many number of times you are exercising in a week. Are you doing 7 days a week, are you doing 5 days a week, are you doing 2 days a week? Depending on this, modifying this, you can get the outcome of that particular adaptation. And one more term you have to look into this is progressive overload. So there are 5 modifiable variables. So you have to overload them. You have to increase the choice, you have to increase the intensity, you have to increase the volume, you have to increase the rest, you have to increase the frequency. Unless you increase some of them it or decrease some of it, you should be pushing yourself hard to achieve that particular adaptation. In next session we will pick up each adaptation, and for that adaptation what should how should you modify these 5, how should you tweak these 5 variables so that you get that particular adaptation. There are 9 adaptations, we will make 9 videos for each adaptation. So if you want to increase strength you can see that particular video. If you want to increase muscular endurance we will make a separate video. For 9 adaptations we will make 9 different videos about human health and fitness. This book completely gives practical information, there is no theory. There are about 100 to 120 pages. You have to read this book 10 to 15 times. The book has to go, every page and every word in this book has to go deep into your blood and bone so that you become healthy and you become fit. And also we have program, the human health and fitness program. You can join the program and get benefits out of it. If you think the video is useful to you, give it a like, share it with your kin and friends to help them. Interact with us through the comments. For further review, save the video. Links for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter are given in the description. You have a lot of useful information there. You can subscribe to them as well. Finally, become healthy and stay fit by activating the bell icon and subscribing to the channel. Thank you.